What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, 6th consecutive green day, which certainly feels good. Tomorrow is going to be the last day of April. Now, this morning, when I was looking at the gap scanner, I knew as soon as I pulled it up, today's not going to be a big day. Today's going to be a base hit day at best. I might not even take trades today. And I knew that as soon as I pulled up the scanner and saw that our biggest gapper was only about 20%, which is not a very big gap, considering last week we saw several days with 50, 60% gappers. So the fact that the biggest gapper was only 20%, the fact that we didn't have any stocks on the scanner with a really low float below 10 million shares, remember, float is the level of supply. And to create those big moves, you need a big imbalance between supply and demand. And so when you start with a low level of supply, that makes the equation that much faster, that you get the imbalance. But today there was nothing that really gave it to us. A couple little opportunities here and there. I hit a couple of them, missed a couple of them. And you know what? I'm just happy to be closing the day green. So 6 consecutive green day in a row. I'm gonna try to make it a 7th consecutive green day tomorrow, and we'll be live streaming right around 9:15. Make sure you guys are subscribed and have the alert button pressed so you get the notification as soon as I go live. All right, everyone, so I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. I hear a stock hitting the scanner, but I don't think it's gonna be anything worth trading. So closing up shop today, and we'll be back at it tomorrow morning. All right, everyone, so we're gonna finish up here today, right around 10:30, up $733. Bit of a slow day, not surprising. PRPO is our leading gapper. But of course, the issue today was that our gap scan, the top 10 or so gappers, and even LEDS, only 12 shares of volume. This gap scan was not a very good gap scan in the sense that the majority of stocks were either too cheap, too expensive, or the float was too high. So PRPO was our leading gapper this morning, and it was looking great around 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, even coming right up to 9 a.m. I was like, this one looks really good. It looks similar to RBZ the week and a half ago or whatever, because it's dropped big time yesterday or Friday and then totally recovered, and that can sometimes create a really powerful squeeze effect, especially over $8 on a daily chart, which then would give us room up towards 9, and then from 9 up to 10, 12, and so on. So I was liking the look of it quite a bit, but then pre-market, it comes all the way back down here, and it retraces more than 50% of the move up, which for me is always a red flag. So now it opens below the VWAP, right at the support of the 200 moving average, but it breaks that level when the bell rings and comes right back to the pre-market, basically where it started before the move even began. So that pattern is broken. Up here, it's back at the 200, back at the VWAP. Sure, it doesn't mean it can't, break out and make a move up, but I don't really expect it. So that was our leading gapper this morning, and it didn't give us any good opportunities, no trades on it. INNT was our second leading gapper, up 20%. However, again, 26 million share float, 4 million shares of pre-market volume, and not a very nice pre-market chart. Below the VWAP at the open, and it sells off. These ones, too cheap, too expensive, ROAN. This one actually ended up giving a little bit of an opportunity, although I didn't trade it. I thought the 36 million share float probably was just, going to be an issue, and it wouldn't be super volatile, but it actually is up right now about 37%. So, well, that one's nice. I just missed it. Not super clean chart patterns. Little pullback here, it failed. A second pullback here worked. A third pullback is forming right now, but nothing crazy exciting. And then the two stocks I traded were actually both right off the high day momentum scanner. So today was one of those days where I said, given the fact that the gap scanner doesn't look great, and I think probably most traders are sitting and waiting, let's keep a really close eye on this high day Momo scanner. And the first stock that hit the scan that is our low float high Momo scanner was ATHE. It hit at $1.99. At $1.99, it was already up 53% on the day. I pulled it up. As I pulled it up, I typed in my level 2. I saw it squeezing, and I pressed shift 1, and bought 6,000 shares right here as it was coming up to 220. It squeezed up to a high of 255. So a nice 35-cent breakout there on 6,000 shares. 3 times 6 is $1,800. And I captured about half of that move, making $967. Unfortunately, it came all the way back down. So it 100% retraced the breakout that started at $1.77. Well, I guess it started actually down here to $1.57. So kind of a crazy move from $1.57 up to $2.55, and then right back here to $1.74. So, you know, it ended up hitting a high of being up, let's see, 96% on the day. And, you know, traders were jumping on it, but it just didn't continue and it came right back down. ROAN was on the scans, but I waited on that one. And then Verb was the next one that was on the scans, low float, scan, massive volume, squeezing up right here. I jumped into this one at 236 with 3,000 shares. It hit a high of 245 and then dropped right back down to 213, and I took a $234 loss on it. So one winner today, one loser, only 50% accuracy, but $733 of profit is a good, you know, a decent day. You know, it wasn't super aggressive. Today didn't feel like a day to be swinging for the fences. This morning about, well, what time was it? Probably 9:25. I said to the Inner Circle room, today's a day, $500 to $1,000. I think that's the best that I'm going to get today. I don't have high expectations. I don't see really much in the way of home run potential. I think it's just going to be a small day. The fact is, today I didn't have a trade that I was able to take in the first 2 minutes. You know, Friday and almost every day last week in the first 2 minutes, we've had a good gap and go opportunity where I jump in and with 9,000 shares quickly scalp anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 or $3,000 of profit. And that's based on a stock being on the gap scanner with a float of under 10 million shares with a good daily chart and everything else. So when I have a day like that in the first 5 minutes where I've got either, you know, $1,000 or I've already hit my daily goal, then that can open up a terrific day. But today we didn't get that. And so that meant all my profit had to come off the high day Momo scanner. And we just didn't have a whole lot that gave us big moves. So that's okay. I'm totally okay with that. It's still the 6th consecutive green day. It's the smallest green day in the last 6 days, but you know, green is good. It's fine. Today is a day of making a little progress. I've got a little more than I had, you know, when I started the day. You know, $49,722 of equity in my main account today. You know, green is good. And I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. We're going to try and finish up the month strong. Yep, I've still got my bunny ears here. So, because today is the 6th consecutive green day. I was wearing them while I was trading. Overall, this has been a pretty solid month. You know, I've had a few red days here and there. You know, I had a stretch of 3 red days on Tuesday the 16th, Wednesday the 17th, and Thursday the 18th when I was trading in California. Then we had Good Friday. And then I kind of, you know, sat down, readjusted, got myself focused, and now I've got 6 consecutive green days. So let's try to make it a 7th consecutive green day and finish the month tomorrow with a little more profit. You know, I'm sitting about $10,000 or maybe about $10,500 off of the $1 million level of this challenge. You know, obviously it would have been nice to cross that level here in April, but it's not going to happen. I don't see any indicator that tomorrow is going to be a $10,000 green day. I think it would be unrealistic to be aiming for that. Yeah, of course, you never know. I mean, things can pop up and very quickly, all of a sudden, you can have a big green day. But most likely, this challenge is going to carry into my May statements. You know, I'm thinking of it in terms of statements. If I'd finished on the April statement, you know, then up to April and I'm done. But it's going to go into May. So the May statement will be included in this challenge, which is fine, but you know, it is important that the entire month of May is green. It's not just crossing the challenge on the first day of the month, because then if I close the month red, my statement balance will not be over the $1 million level. And I want to have, you know, close a statement balance above the $1 million level, you know, for my records and everything. So that's fine though. This will just, be one more month in the journey, carry me through the month of May, and then hopefully by June, this challenge is wrapped up and I'm able to start focusing on what my next challenge is going to be. So anyways, that's about it for me. We'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, 9:15, live streaming pre-market analysis. Hopefully we have a good gap scanner. A little bit tired over here, so I'm gonna switch gears, refill, get a little caffeine here, and try to get some work done, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, everyone. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.